Many of you have seen our birth vlog, and so Ryan and I decided, based on everyone's comments, that we should do a detailed video on our birth story. Many of you commented about me pushing for 3 hours, and we want to explain why I had to push for 3 hours. There are some complications that weren't in the birth vlog that we wanted to go into now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get started with how this all started.
Yep.
And we'll start with the day before she was born. I was definitely in a lot of discomfort. I was having a lot of pressure and pain, and so we decided to take a walk that night, and we're kind of convinced that
it kind of triggered it, kind of got the ball moving.
Yes, because as we were walking, like, it was, the pressure was just getting more intense, and I was just waiting for that baby to come out.
Yeah, we had a couple stops there for you to catch your breath and whatnot. So. And then the neighbors were all like, you know, egging you on kind of thing.
Yeah,
like trying to get that baby out. So
yes, we are.
Cool.
So that brought us to midnight, where I woke up and was feeling a lot of pain. It's hard for me to have said that was contractions, because I didn't know any different. I was having this pain often, but it was more intense. So I kind of just like dealt with it, and that went on from midnight to 2 a.m. until, I mean, I literally sat in bed just thinking, like, please just let my water, like, I was just waiting for my water to break, and sure enough, it did.
A sign, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you were looking for, was a sign that this was going on. So.
Yeah, I just couldn't do this anymore. So water started breaking, and that's when I shot out of bed and I said, Ryan, like, it's happening, like, my water's breaking. And I know we mentioned in the birth vlog that he woke up like, don't wake daddy, and he did.
Yeah, I mean, I was up and out of bed. I don't even think I was awake at that time.
And you were still sleeping.
I was already like running to the bathroom, like, okay, all right, here we go.
Let's do this. Okay.
Jessica's in labor. All right, baby's coming along. Water's broken, and then, you know,
he
she's
was like
standing,
saying this out loud.
Yeah, trying to get my brain to wake up and get me going.
Yeah.
And you're standing in the shower, and I'm like, really? Where's the water? And it's like, you know, you could see like there's a little trickling and puddle, going on there.
So as in the birth vlog, my water did not break completely, just a little bit. So they broke the rest of it at the hospital. So then we packed really quick and went to the hospital. Got to the hospital around 3 o'clock or so. And when they checked me, I was 5.5 centimeters dilated. And then our parents came around 4 a.m. And they really didn't need to come that early, because labor went on for quite some time, but you never know with that stuff.
Yeah, I'll never actually forget you and I walking into the hospital though, and she started having a contraction in the middle of like the parking lot. And I'm just moseying on, and I'm like, come on, what are you doing? And she's like, you know, give me a minute. I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't realize
he didn't understand what
it literally takes her breath away. And I was like, do you want me to go inside and grab a wheelchair? And no! I'm like, oh, okay, here we go.
He's so clueless.
Well, I hope I scared her.
Yeah.
So.
Little Brinley's right here.
You know, whoa.
Oh.
Hey now.
Sometimes she becomes like a limp noodle.
Oh, pumpkin. There you go.
Okay, so yeah, then when I was checked at 11:30, this was a few hours after being at the hospital, I was still 5.5, and I think I remember crying because I was upset that I never progressed like on my own. So then around 12 noon, they administered Pitocin for me.
Kind of get the contractions going a little
and that's
more frequent
really
and
when
intense.
Yeah, that's when I was like, okay, these are the, you know, because I was like handling these contractions like a champ, as I thought I was. I wasn't, because those were nothing.
Yeah.
So, then what happened?
I was gonna say, one thing that they don't talk about in like the movies, or one thing they don't mention or you don't hear about, is when actually water breaks. It's not just like it's there and it's done. It continuously trickles and comes out, and that created a lot of discomfort for Jess.
Right.
Because you know, she's constantly wet. She's constantly had to be changed down there. The IV bags that they were giving her, she couldn't have anything to, you know, any food or anything to eat or drink other than ice chips. So with the IV bags, more bathroom breaks, more, you know, discomfort from the water breaking. you have all this IV stuff hooked up to you, and it made it really difficult for you to use the bathroom and whatnot. And
right, like I remember one time we went to the bathroom. That's after the Pitocin.
You had 3 straight contractions on on the bathroom
right,
toilet.
on the bathroom floor. Like just lean on my shoulder. Yeah. Just lean on my shoulder.
Kind of like T-bowing it,
Yeah, and I was just like, ah, like screaming in your face.
And I was like, are we ever gonna get out of this bathroom? And like, is this gonna happen?
He's like,
in here?
so do you think we could try to get off this toilet, you know, after this contraction? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, because they came in like, rapid fire at that point. But
so then what happened? I think I realized at what time?
At 6 centimeters, you started realizing that the epidural was going to be needed.
Yeah, because the contractions were intense, as you saw from our birth vlog video. So signed the waiver at 1, got the epidural at 2. The epidural is crazy. First of all, it hurts. You have to stand still, so while you're having these contractions, you're just like, I remember the nurse in front of me, because Ryan couldn't be in the room.
Yeah, they want a completely sterile environment as much as possible.
Pulling her shirt towards me, like just clenching, because I was in so much pain, and you would be so still. But it was a smart idea to get the epidural. It's kind of scary, like how you have no feeling in your legs. I know the epidural works different for everybody. Some people say like it only works on one side, or it doesn't work, or whatever. But for me, it totally worked. But you're just like paralyzed, and it's a scary feeling, like that you just cannot feel down there. It's crazy. And
it was a relief for me as a husband, and it was a relief for our parents that were witnessing her going through so much discomfort with labor, which is obviously to be expected. But then to see just her pain relieved with the epidural, that was nice to see. Just because it was getting too much, to kind of watch you go through it. It was just nice. That's all I could really say. And then you actually got some sleep because of it, because you're not.
I think we all kind of took a nap. Everyone was tired.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which was needed at that point. I mean, after for 12 hours plus.
After my nap, then they're like, let's do practice pushes, which I thought that was like, okay, let's practice a few times and let's get this baby out. But as you saw, I pushed for 3 hours. So a lot of you were saying I was a champ, and you're absolutely right, because
she was a champ.
The worst thing I've ever gone through.
Yeah.
You are exhausted. You have to keep in mind, like, I've been in labor for many hours. I've had no food, no sleep, really,
energy whatsoever from food, from sleep,
and you can see
a little bit of a nap from the epidural, but that's it.
Yeah, you can see the progression of the video. Like, I start off kind of strong, and then
a little bit jello kind of was really the only thing you had.
Yeah,
almost.
So as for the pushing, she was stuck the whole time pretty much. Her shoulder was stuck, which is why they were having me push in many positions, which you don't really get to see in the video too much, but
flopping they had me to the right side, flopping back over to the left side.
Yes. And then they realized they had like a sheet, and I would hold one side and the nurse would hold the other, and it was basically like a tug of war, and that seemed to be getting her out more.
Yeah, but you could see her head popping out. But as soon as Jessica would stop pushing, her head would kind of just go all the way back in. It's like she was starting all over again. Yeah. Because that shoulder was more stuck.
But that was a lot of work for me. Like, and you can't really see it on the video because I had to kind of crop the video because I couldn't get the doctors in and stuff. But it was intense. So that is why I had to push for 3 hours. She was stuck. And you hear at the end of when she's born, they said, like, if everything's fine, we're gonna put her on you. If not, we're gonna, give her to the nurses. And she says, she had a rough go, coming out. So,
Jessica was very close to getting the episiotomy. The doctor literally said, okay, we need to get an episiotomy. Brittany's shoulder was stuck a little bit. She wasn't really coming out. So they were gonna make a slight incision. They actually were giving her an injection down there to help with the, to numb it up before the cut was made, and on the very next contraction and push, Brittany came into the world. So,
and apparently everyone was concerned.
But she did tear a little bit.
Everyone was concerned with her color. I was so out of it, so I didn't really notice. But you said her coloring was. Yeah,
it just you hear about the bluish and the gray coloring that babies come out with, but it's another thing to see it. That is a scary sight to see. You just don't see a human that gray and blue, and she wasn't crying right away. I did see her eyes open up for the first time, and wow, was that a powerful experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to see my own child open her eyes for the very first time into this world was just incredibly moving.
So you think after she comes out, it's done. Like I was so relieved. But again, I feel like nobody talks about this, like the whole placenta part. I just thought that kind of just came out, and it doesn't, and that was another thing that she struggled to get out of me. And so I just remember her just in me trying to pull that thing out. It was like her pulling out another baby.
Yeah,
in my
I
opinion.
literally turned around and I looked and I was like,
I thought I was done screaming. I was not done screaming. I mean Brinley was ready to go, and they're like, "Oh, you ready to see Mom?" She was
nearly elbow deep, and I was like, "Holy smokes!" And then plop. I'm like,
yeah, but like Brinley was ready before I was even taking care of it, because everything was like a struggle.
Well, she was sewing you back up because you did tear a little bit there too. So cutting the umbilical cord was interesting, but I really didn't get a chance to really enjoy it because they needed to get her, Brinley attended to, because she had such a rough go at it. But it was like cutting into, somebody said, like a hot dog, and that's kind of like how it was. It wasn't like you kind of had to work your way through it, but it was pretty cool. But
yeah. So then after she's born and all the chaos kind of calms down a little bit, it was time for me to order food.
Oh,
I don't know what I was more excited about.
I don't know. It was like a buffet for her.
Yes, I ordered everything off that menu. I had chicken tenders, mac and cheese, chocolate jello, or chocolate pudding,
salad,
cookie.
Cookie, yeah.
I was just like...
She went down the line of like, my mom...
Everyone's laughing at me.
Jessica's mom and I were like, what is she ordering? For how many people? Yeah.
No, but I never got my chicken tenders. They never delivered.
I forgot about that. How dare them.
So, yeah, so then, I don't know, it was like midnight, 1 in the morning. We're still in like the delivery room. We're trying to get everything together. I'm hooked up to the IV still. Brinley's screaming, crying. Ryan's trying to like get stuff out of his
bleeding
suitcase.
all over.
I needed help to the bathroom. It was such chaos. It was very overwhelming, and we called the nurse. I think
you almost yelled at the nurse too, like, I just need her in here.
Yeah, I told her, I said, I am feeling very overwhelmed. I need help.
Yeah, information overload.
And that's okay. That is okay to say that, because there's too much going on.
Yeah.
And so I remember we were waiting to get switched to our next room, where we like the recovery room, and at like, what was it, 1:30 in the morning, this lactation consultant comes in and was like, "Oh, did you guys need, did you have questions?" I'm like, "Not now."
Yeah, like, we were so out of it at that point.
So tired, and I couldn't even think of one question at that point. I was so just out of it.
Yeah, and then we had to watch a video. They made us watch a safety video for...
They move us to the other room, and we're like, okay, let's get us, sleep. We had like 1 hour to get sleep.
I'm here, lip noodle.
Because I had to feed her, and they're like, yeah, we need you to watch this video and sign some papers. And I'm like, are you kidding me? At 2 in the morning, this is what we have to do.
Yeah.
So we really did not get to bed till maybe 4:30 or 5 that day. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were up for quite some time.
And then you have nurses coming in to check her, nurses coming in and check Jess.
All the time.
Nobody's checking in on me, but I'm just kidding. But yeah, so it was just like, very much lack of sleep throughout the entire process. But yeah.
So that's really kind of how the day and night and then day again went. And we're very glad that it's over, but we're super excited about what came about. I kind of want to show her to them.
Yeah. She passed her hearing test. I think there was... Did we get a video on that, or?
Yeah, the last video.
Okay. Yeah, so, and I was really emotional during that point too, because she couldn't hear out of her left ear. There was a lot of fluid built up, and you just want what's best for your kids and everything. And the next day, she passed it, and I actually cried. I was so happy.
Yeah.
So, because I just wanted what's best for her.
Brinley, say hi to everyone.
Hey, pumpkin.
She is out.
Yeah.
She's wearing a dress for the first time today.
Dial you up.
So we also just wanted to end this video, and we had so many comments from you guys. Like, I told Ryan constantly as I was reading them, I was like, everyone is so nice. And the words that you guys said, it was, I don't know, it made me feel really good. And we're so lucky to have you guys. A lot of you guys said, we've been following you since the beginning, and we're so happy for you now. And oh, she's gonna cry.
Oh, there you go.
Just thank you so much, because it just means a lot to us, and a lot of you have been requesting that we continue vlogging, and
we will for a little while there.
We will. We're gonna kind of see what kind of routine and schedule we want to do as far as putting videos out. We have a few videos that we're creating now, so this is not the last time you will be seeing us. We will keep you guys updated.
Yeah, so just again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all those people who reach out to us, making comments of congratulations.
You guys are awesome.
Really
you make a girl feel good. Alrighty, thanks again.